Hey everybody, welcome back to Little Last West Farm. Right now I'm just going to talk a bit about 4-H. I know we didn't have our 4-H calves on YouTube. Hoping next year we'll have a couple of videos of our calves, like our coming calves that we'll have in the fall. So we've been involved in 4-H since Chase has been in 4-H for coming up, it's going to be 8 years in the fall. So we've been involved in 4-H for 8 years. Chase, he started when he was 9 years old. Normally you start as a member when you're 9 years old. It's the first year you can be a member. And then you can also, so our club, we also have cleavers in our club, which is what Katie is. So they're just kids that are, I think they start at 6 and then they go till 8. So they're 8 years old, and then they can become a member after that. So what they do is they come to the meetings and they do crafts and stuff, and they take part in some of the stuff that 4-H members do, but they kind of just do crafts and do the fun, like some fun stuff, because they're a little bit young to be doing all the other stuff the members do. And then also at the show they get to lead a baby calf around. So there's some members who have a cow-calf pair, and so they'll be partnered up with one of the members that has a cow-calf pair, and they'll get to lead the calf from that pair around in the show ring. So our club is beef. Before we were in 4-H, I don't know, it was quite a few years ago, they used to have horse and then a couple other things as well, I think. So 4-H can be a whole pile of different things. It doesn't just have to be beef. We used to have sheep in our club. I think it was about the 3rd year Chase was in 4-H, they brought sheep into our club, and they would have continued doing it, except you start the sheep project, I think at the beginning of January, maybe end of December. Maybe it's not even then. I'm not really certain when they start the sheep. I know that it's later than what you start the beef projects, and so they couldn't find any sheep that were born at the right timing to start them, so they stopped doing sheep because they couldn't find some that were old enough for them, or they couldn't really find any that were born at the right time, so they stopped doing sheep. But we used to have other projects in our club. Now we just have beef. We're hoping to get a couple other things in. So with beef, you can have a market steer project. So with a market steer project, which is what all 4 of us kids have, with a market steer project you choose a yearling steer that it has to be born after January 1st of the year of 4-H that you're starting in. So take this year, 2022, the calf that we need to have has to be born after January 1st of 2022. So it can't be born in December of last year. It has to be born from the start of this year, because they want to have a calf from this year. So with the beef calves that we have, you choose a steer, and then after that you start halter breaking them and taming them down. Then you feed them grain. Feed them from October till the show is normally in May. So with the show, we take our market steer and we will show it. You can show in showmanship and grooming. So the showmanship is where you're judged on your performance with your animal and how well you can handle that animal, and also like how you have to set your animal up in a certain way, and also just that you're watching the judge. And then it's just kind of your performance in the ring. With grooming, you're judged on how you've groomed your animal. So you also show your steer on the conformation of your steer. So they like a finished steer that's ready to be butchered, which is normally the grand champion will be a finished steer. So the steer gets judged on the conformation and basically the finish of your steer. And then so you can also have a heifer project. So with the heifer projects, it's very similar to the steer. So you start in October as well with a heifer that's the same age, that would be around the same age as your steer. And then you don't need to feed them as much grain, because you're not trying to fatten them up. You're just trying to make them look nice and keep them quiet. So you tame them down and halter break them. And then at the show, they can be judged on showmanship and grooming as well. And then they're also judged on conformation, but in a different way. So they kind of look at the feet of the animal, and then they look at the body structure and the udder. You can't, like, it's kind of hard to tell with the udder because they haven't started filling up its mouth yet because they haven't had a calf yet. So they're judged in a different way, and so you get to take that heifer home, and you can use her as a cow-calf project the next year. So the cow-calf project, it's a heifer, or it's a cow that was shown as a heifer the year before. So with the cow-calf, they're just shown on the conformation, and they're judged on how the milk production of that cow is, and then how well she's doing on the care side. And then also, you can have a carcass project. We have never done a carcass project ourselves. Other members of our club have. But with a carcass project, you raise it the same way as a steer. You don't show them, and they don't have to be as halter broke because you're not showing them. And then they are also not done at shows. So in April, normally we have our carcass judging, so we'll bring the live animals to one of the other members' farms, and they'll be judged, and then the next day they'll be brought to the butcher, and then they'll be butchered, and you get to see them hanging on the rail, and they're judged. So they're judged live, and then they're judged hanging on the rail. And we've never done a carcass. It's a lot extra work because you have to go out and find a buyer for it. This year, Chase had a steer. His name is Billy. I'll show you a picture here of Billy. And then he also had a heifer. Her name was Helen. And I'll show you a picture of Helen here. So this year I had a market steer project. His name is Samuel. I'll show you a picture here of him. I also had a heifer project. Her name was Grace, and here's a picture of her. I also had a cow-calf project. My cow's name was Sarabi, and my calf's name was Kane. I have some video of when Kane was born. He was born February 1st. So here's some video of when Kane was born. here's a picture of Sarabi and Kane. So this year Lacey had a steer and a heifer. So her steer's name was Tyson. Here's a picture of Tyson and Lacey here. Lacey's heifer's name was Ruby. Here's a picture of Lacey and Ruby. So with our family, we kind of have a rule that we can't have heifers until it's our 4th year in 4-H, just so that you kind of get used to having one animal, and then so it's just not a big load when you're first in 4-H. It was Caden's 3rd year, so he only had a steer, and so his steer's name was Tank, and here's a picture of Caden and Tank. So this year Katie was just a cleaver, and so she was partnered up with me. I think I said that before. Katie was partnered up with me, and she got to lead my baby calf Kane around. So that was Sarabi's baby. So here's a picture of Katie and Kane. We really had a lot of fun at the show. This year we were able to have a live show, Kane, and yeah, it's just been a long time. It's been a while since we were actually able to have a show, and everybody really had a lot of fun, and it went really great. Yeah, I really, showing the animals is like my favorite part of 4-H. It's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy showing. And I have some pictures here of the show, and yeah, it was really great. And I'm really thankful that we were able to have a show, and hopefully we were able to have a show next year as well. I'm hoping next year I'll be able to show you guys the calves. But here is kind of a slideshow of the 4-H show and sale 2022. So I know I haven't put videos out for quite a while. It's been quite a while. I'm hoping to get better at it. My computer, I use my computer to edit on, and my computer was kind of being weird. Like, it wouldn't let me access any of the apps, and then I got it working again, but I had to like go and redo a whole lot of stuff. Kind of annoying. So I'm hoping that now I'll be able to get doing better with YouTube videos and stuff, and hopefully my computer will continue to work. And yeah, I'm just, the summer it has been pretty busy, but I'm really hoping that I'll be able to put more videos out, take a lot more videos. I mean, yeah, it's already July. I'm sorry for not putting videos out for a while, but I'm really hoping that I'll be able to from now on. And yeah, there's quite a few things that I'll show you guys in the next video, but this coming week I will be gone for an entire week. I have a camp coming up, so I won't be able, so after this one I probably won't put any more videos out until beginning of August. It's already the 21st of July, so yeah. But yeah, there's a couple new things that we want to show you. Mom and I, we've been really wanting a milk cow, and Dad wasn't fully on board with it, but we've kind of convinced him now that we can get a milk cow, so hopefully in the next few videos we'll be able to have a milk cow, because yeah, he looked at a cow for us, but she ended up having mastitis, so we did get her, but hopefully soon we'll be able to have a milk cow, and she'll be in the videos. We have some really close friends that have milk cows. They really enjoy having milk all the time, and we're really, really hopeful that we'll be able to get a milk cow this year. So yeah, so stay